Victims of Gloriavale's former leader Howard Temple have spoken of their inability to trust other people as a result of his crimes. The 85-year-old was sentenced to more than 2 years in prison for a catalogue of sexual offences that targeted girls and young women over more than 2 decades. The judge telling him if you wanted to be a shepherd, that's not how you look after your flock. Senior reporter Juliet Speedy has the story.
Howard Temple is now 85 with a declining cognitive function, and he's off to jail for a raft of sex crimes. The emotional victims of his sexual abuse addressed the Greymouth District Court.
Sorry. What I experienced at your hands has made it hard for me to build business relationships, friendships, and even to let my children create friendships. I had to sit in a courtroom being cross-examined. You did that to me, Howard. Instead of being asked how I felt about the offending, I was asked trivial questions like, where were you standing? How did you tie your belt? Why did you tie it like that? How old were you? How tall were you?
Former Gloriavale members told the court how he took advantage of them while they served him.
As a young girl, aged 13 to 15 years old, Howard came up behind me and started kissing me on my neck, then wrapped his arms around my waist and hugged me from behind. My mind spirals and I feel exposed, even when I'm in my own home. Howard's misuse of authority has deeply affected how I relate to anyone who holds power.
And that they'd hide from him.
When Howard Temple used to make his rounds in the kitchen, I would hide in either the dairy products room or the chiller so that he would be unable to find and hug me. Every time he hugged me or hit my backside, I would shudder inside, feeling sick.
Judge Neve blunt in his assessment of the man who ruled the West Coast secretive religious community.
If he wants to regard himself as a shepherd, this is not how you look after your flock.
Judge Neve said he wasn't there to judge the ways of the Gloriavale community, only of Temple's actions. Although he did note that because of the way the community is set up outside of societal norms, that there is an even greater duty of care for the leaders there to ensure appropriate treatment of the people who live there.
At the youngest age, they were children. You were old enough to be their grandfather or even great-grandfather.
The court heard of ongoing victim blaming.
Female members of the community are expected to wear full-length body dresses, essentially to prevent the male members of the community from being tempted, apparently not placing any responsibility on the males themselves.
Temple is now a prison inmate and follows former Gloriavale leader and founder hopeful Christian, who also went away for a raft of sex crimes in the community.